So what we're going to do next is our Public Educator of the Award. I'm going to invite Tanya Tanner up. But before we do that, I have a couple other people I'd like to recognize. Is Chief David Staub. He is the current president of the Arizona Fire Chiefs Association, and also Chief Mary Camelli. She is the outgoing president of the Arizona Fire Chiefs Association. They are here also, and I forgot to mention them in my walk-in. So Tanya, you want to come on up?
I have a wonderful job as a Community Risk Reduction Coordinator for the City of Goodyear for the Fire Department. I've been there 15 years. And with that job, I take a lot of pride in the education part and, listening, and then I have to come up after Dr. Griffin, I'm sorry. That's a tough one. So one of the things I really want to impress with everybody is one thing I didn't see in that new organizational chart of theirs is education. And so that's kind of that challenge, is that I take great pride in that education role, is that we want to prevent those injuries. And what we have is with the Arizona Fire and Burn Educators Association, has been an organization for 28 years. A very strong organization, take a lot of pride in representing those educators and the line firefighters who also have many, many hats. Even in the education role, we do have many, many hats there too. These nominations are very difficult to pinpoint just one person who does such a wonderful job in our communities. So we did have several great nominations. I really want to extend our appreciation for those chiefs who made those nominations possible. Very tough. So with our 2014 Educator of the Year, from her chief, it was so many wonderful things that was said, but what I really want to acknowledge is what our chief had to say is, from the greatest accomplishments don't come in the form of a certificate or an accolade you can hang on a wall. Rather, her greatest achievements as a professional educator are evident in the way she captures the hearts and the minds of the people she touches. One of the most recognized members in our organization and across our community. Her talent for engaging people and relating to them on such a personal level that her message resonates with them and leaves a lasting impression. And isn't that really what we want to do? Our community relies on us to prevent those injuries, and our firefighters are also our customers. Is how tragic things can, what they see is we want to prevent them from seeing those injuries. And so with that, I want to definitely bring up our 2014 Educator of the Year Award from, I'm going to get it right, Superstition Fire Medical, Tina Girollo. Thank you very much.
Real quick, Randy Levis, I believe it is, from Oakland Fire Department, or Rick Levis from Oakland Fire Department. If you're in here, I believe you're an instructor, I need to see you as soon as you can up here in front. Come on up and see me. I need to talk to you real quick. Next, we had people parking in the places they weren't supposed to park, and we're going to be done before you can run out and move your car, so don't worry about it. But they had to tell me, I'm telling you. So words been passed on. How's that? Next, I'd like to invite up Willie Nelson. He's going to play a little guitar. No, it's not that Willie Nelson. Willie, I asked him, I said, Willie, is this your name? He says, yes, Willie. Willie's with the IAAI, it's the Arson Investigators, for their award. So Willie, if you come on up, you got the podium.
Thank you. It's an honor to present presenting the Arizona Investigator of the Year Award. This award is given to Detective Dave Hill. And Dave, like a lot of departments, found their budgets cut and an increasing job role. And at the time of his nomination, had 16, I believe, cases in the county attorney's office pending. The award isn't so much for the amount of work that he did, but the way that he did it. He was always eager to help. He found himself overwhelmed, like a lot of people do find themselves overwhelmed with the challenges of an increasing responsibility. And the way that he met that, he received 3 nominations from 3 different people who interacted with him during his course of duties. With that being said, it's no surprise that he was not able to attend today because of his job duties, and so he's asked that I accept this for him, and we will get it to him as soon as he can slow down enough to receive it. Thank you.
Okay, next, I'd like to invite up Paul Frazier. He's going to be doing our Arizona Hall of Fame, and he'll explain a little bit about the Hall of Fame, not Hall of Flame. So, Paul, if you'll come on up.
Good morning. As Bob said, I'm Paul Frazier, and I'm Chairman of the Hall of Fame Committee for the Arizona State Fire Training Committee. The Hall of Fame was established in 1998 and recognizes individuals who have made a significant positive contribution to the fire service and our community, which brings credit to the fire service. Individuals nominated are evaluated based on their years of service, on committees, state or national impact, educational impact, operational impact, contribution to the community, organizational impact, legislative impact, or other areas that clearly demonstrate the individual's significant contributions to the Arizona Fire Service. So obviously they have a lot of impacts in there. The nomination form requires a detailed summary of the nominee's significant contributions, and the focus of the nomination should be on the overall impact on the nominee's organization and must be beyond the normal job requirements of the nominee. I'd like to take time to thank the people that took the time to nominate these individuals. It's a lot of work to fill out the form. Obviously, when you see what the qualifications are, and I would really like to thank you for taking the time to do it and submit it. Presently, there are 47 members in the Hall of Fame. Sorry. Guess I went too fast. We have 47 members in the Hall of Fame, and today we're going to be adding 3 new members. All the inductees will have a plaque placed at the Hall of Fame on a wall there, and I encourage you all to visit this nice facility. First nominee is Chief Mel Sorensen. Mel spent 22 years with the Phoenix Fire Department, 10 years with the Office of the State Fire Marshal, and 17 years with the Mojave Valley Fire District, retiring as Chief. He presently serves as a board member for the Mojave Valley Fire District. Mel is a long-term member of the Arizona Fire Chiefs Association, the Arizona Fire Districts Association, Arizona State Fire Training Committee, and the Volunteer Firefighters of Arizona. Chief Sorensen is an instructor at the Mojave Community College in the Fire Science program, active supporter of legislation benefiting the fire service. To this day, continues as an educator for the fire service. The newest member of the Hall of Fame is Chief Mel Sorensen, 2015.
I'd like to thank the committee. Fire service has been my life. I left Phoenix Fire Department, thought I was burnout. That lasted something like about 3 months. And I got involved in a variety of other departments, tried to help out. And I was living in Forest Lakes at the time and got involved with the volunteer department, which at the time it seemed like the thing to do, and it certainly was, because we got some things turned around, we got it where it works a lot better. And later went back down the mountain and went to work for the State Fire Marshal's office. I did that for 8 years, and in my travels I ended up in Mojave County. I was teaching Firefighter 1 and 2. It was a brand new program at that time. Myself and 9 other people were registered to teach this class. The third night that I taught, the chief came up to me and asked me if I would like to come to work for him. And I said, doing what? And he said, being the assistant chief. I told him he was messed up. And he continued that for 3 months. And the last month I took him up on it. 6 months later he left me. And I've been retired from there for 2 years now. I did 17 years with him, but it's been good. Fire service is my life, and fortunately I have a wife who puts up with me. Thank you.
Next nominee, or inductee, I should say, is Captain Ricky Sayers, retired from the Phoenix Fire Department. Mr. Father. Okay, there we go. United States Marine Corps, he acted in reserve duty, total 33 years. Retiring as a Chief Warrant Officer, 5. He is a Bronze Star recipient. He was activated after 9/11, serving overseas, specializing in intelligence. He returned to the Phoenix Fire Department in 2004. He was asked by Chief Brunacini at that time to develop a liaison program with the Phoenix Police Department that would respond to moderate and large-scale incidents in Phoenix. He accepted this challenge to unify the guns and hoses the public safety efforts of the Phoenix and police and fire departments. Later that year, he moved into Arizona Counterterrorism Information Center in order to grow this program throughout the state of Arizona. This program later became known as the Terrorism Liaison Officer Program, or TLO. TLO started with 3 fire captains and 2 police officers, and now encompasses well over 1,000 firefighters, police officers, and members of the military make up the TLO program throughout the state. Now, police and fire departments share sensitive information to keep their members safe, such as stolen hazardous materials, violent subjects, and locations that are hazardous to public safety. This program is recognized nationally as a model to follow. Captain Sayers has authored or participated in writing articles in Fire Chief Magazine, Intelligence Guide for First Responders, numerous U.S. Department of Homeland Security and FBI co-branded roll call releases for public safety briefings nationally, helped develop threat mitigation and threat and vulnerability assessments for the Arizona Terrorism Liaison Officer Program. He's done instructing, teaching, and training at the Naval Postgraduate School and the National Fusion Center Conference. He's also taught at the Fire Service Intelligence Enterprise, the Phoenix Fire Symposium, U.S. Department of Homeland Security Standards and Development, TLO Field Operators Guide. Due to the positive influence of Captain Sawyers today, the police and fire departments throughout the state have a better working relationship. It's my pleasure to induct or introduce you to Captain Ricky Sayers, retired Phoenix Fire Department.
I just want to thank my family for being here. All my friends, my mentors. There's a bunch of people to shout out there. A lot of close friends helped me get to see where I'm at today. I didn't do this alone. A lot of guidance and direction getting there. I'm very pleased to accept this because it will take the fire service into another realm of learning some intelligence because, like Chief Brunacini told me when he asked me to work at Homeland, we can't let 343 firefighters die again because of lack of intelligence. So with that, I took on the mission, and I thank all the people that helped me, again, my wife, my family, and all my mentors, and thank you very much.
The next inductee is Chief Jeff Ventura. Jeff also has 33 years of fire service with the Flowing Wells Fire District in Arizona, former Chief of Northwest Fire District, and former Chief of Stockton Fire Department in California. Chief Ventura served on the Arizona Fire Chiefs Association as past president, Arizona State Fire Training Committee as past chairman, Arizona Fire Services Institute as chair from 2004 to 2012, Wildfire Southwest Coordinating Group 2002 since 2002. Also a member of the Pima County Fire Association as a past president. Served on the NFPA 1901 Apparatus Committee, the Governance Council of Arizona Forest Health from 2008 to 2012, the Arizona Fire Districts Association, and a fellow of the Institute of Fire Engineers. He has also served as an air attack on the Southwest Region Incident Management Team, and he has served on the Joint Arizona Fire Chiefs Association and the Professional Firefighters of Arizona White Paper Committee that developed a joint statement on labor management. Some of his accomplishments at Northwest Fire District was expanded coverage of fire and EMS to the city of the town of Marana, the first fire district to have paramedics on an engine in Pima County. And while Chief, Northwest Fire District achieved an ISO 3 property classification and developed the only hotshot crew by a fire district in the United States, the Ironwood Hotshots. In 2011, he got the Congressional Fire Service's EMS Career Agency of the Year Award. And to follow, the person that nominated Chief Pachura, you would be hard-pressed to find a fire chief who has had as much influence in Arizona's all-risk fire service than Jeff Pachura. His leadership, passion, and vision have helped so many of us in our ability to do our jobs. Chief Jeff Pachura, 2015.
Wow. That's a big wow. Yeah, first of all, I've got family here that came all the way from Alabama. Did I say that right? Alabama? Surprised the heck out of me. My loving wife, children, sisters, cousins, and the family of the fire service. You know, the guys from rural Metro that I started with as a weed pup, Alex Fintor, council member. He and I were wee guys at reserves on rural Metro's east side district, working one-person engines. And I would tell you that we had no conflict on the engine. It was me, myself, and I, and the three best people I ever worked with. Those were my formative years. And I would tell you that being in a world where change, adaptability, and being resilient is important, especially in this fire service. We've seen so much change, and having come out of an organization just recently that challenges change on a regular basis. Dr. Griffin, I'll give you some cards to talk to. There are agencies across this nation and certainly the world that need to look at how do you adapt, how do you evolve, and how do you take it to the next level to be a part of a community and part of an organization that really cares about who you serve, not yourselves or the badge or the patch, but the community that is so important as to why you are there to serve. And that has been my entire mission throughout my entire career. Lou Weisman pushed me there. My mentors, Mike Casson, who kicked me in the butt a few times. My peers, who have constantly balanced me throughout the years. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep pushing, kicking, and hauling me through the challenging times. Thank you. It's truly an honor. It's truly a blessing to be here before you today, and I promise to do better each and every day. Thank you.
Is that on? Oh, it is. All of a sudden, AV guys came up and said, "Hey, we're picking up your signal. Where's your mic?" "Oh, it's down here." "Well, it's not picking up your voice." "Oh, it's not down there, is it?" Okay, here we go. I can tell the crowd left. Okay, we're almost done. Next, I'd like to invite up Mr. Daniel Matlock. He's with United Fire. Actually, he'll tell you all about himself. But Daniel, come on up. He has the United Firefighter of the Year Award.
From the moment we are born, we begin to learn. First to breathe, and then to see. Our growth process is guided by genetics and our parents. But the individual we become, opinions we form, behaviors, and the actions we take are the result of everything we have absorbed over our lifetime. Eventually, we are all faced with the enormous decision what to do with our life. Unfortunately, there are no hard and fast rules how to go about this. But there are a number of interesting tendencies that play into how we decide. For instance, children watch TV and movies and grow up dreaming about being just like their favorite athlete, musician, or dignitary. How about you when you were growing up? Did you ever fantasize about being a firefighter superhero? As we grow older, quite often the influence will come from our teachers, profound life experiences, and the past of friends or family members. Today, it is not uncommon to find second and even third generation family members in the fire service. But nobody is born to be a firefighter. And the career just isn't as glamorous as portrayed on TV. Being vested in public safety just isn't for everyone. When considering a role where courage is a given, and each day offers opportunities for heroism as well as the potential for tragedy, you really need to be sure about what you're getting into. The real question would-be firefighters should ask themselves isn't if they want to be a firefighter, but rather, can they be a firefighter? They should ask themselves, can I maintain the necessary high level of fitness? Will I work long hours without question? Am I a team player? Can I handle living in confined spaces with other people? Will I be able to maintain composure under stress? Can I easily communicate with the public? Am I willing to risk my life for others? Will I do the day-to-day mundane tasks, all with the same enthusiasm as the more infrequent but intensely dangerous responsibilities? Those who answer yes believe in their hearts about the vital and noble responsibility and why the training and practice required are as much a joy as the satisfaction of a job well done. Those who answer yes know the job of a firefighter goes beyond the 8 to 5 routine that the rest of the world mindlessly travels through each day. Those who say yes know that when they end their shift, they still continue to be that firefighter. They know the requirements go much deeper than simply having an occupation. You know that it isn't just a job. Being a firefighter is who you are. Since 1994, a single outstanding firefighter who represents professionalism and the ideals of the Arizona Fire Service is presented with the United Fire Firefighter of the Year Award. To help us identify an appropriate individual, judges are chosen from around our state. To ensure impartiality, key names and identifying remarks are omitted from their selection materials. This year, our judges were Jonathan McMahon, Hanero Rivera, Paul DeAnda, Travis Knopf, and Dan Bramble. Thank you all for your time. It is now my honor to announce who the 22nd Firefighter of the Year is. Please join me in a round of applause for Captain Dusten Chambliss. As I mentioned before, no one is born to be a firefighter. But Dusten had many influences in his life that guided his chosen career path. His mom was a dispatcher, and his father a volunteer for the very same department. So as a small child, he spent a lot of time at fire stations. In high school, he had neighbors and friends who worked for Verde Rule in Cottonwood and was thrilled when he got to do ride-alongs. As soon as he graduated, he tested, but didn't get hired. That did not stop Dusten. He volunteered as a reserve, and in 2000 was hired by Verde Valley Fire Department. In 2001, he got his paramedic cert. By 2003, he was instructing at Yavapai College. Dusten is very proud to have several of his former students now confidently working beside him. 6 years ago, Dusten was persuaded by his friend Bill Ferguson, who happened to be our 1996 Firefighter of the Year, to come work with him at Blue Ridge Fire. In 2013, he was promoted, so now he's a captain at both of the fire departments he works for. Those early influences, mentors, and training helped Captain Chambliss make all good decisions on the cold and dark night of March 20th, when he and his firefighter partner responded to a call for a patient who had cardiac issues, was coughing up blood, and needed to be transported to a hospital. While en route along a deserted rural road, Chambliss in the back noticed a change in vitals and asked his partner to pull over so they could reevaluate the situation. After coming to a stop and exiting the ambulance, the vehicle started rolling forward and the driver was struck off balance and run over. Dusten realized he was involved in a very dangerous situation when he heard screams and didn't see anyone in the driver's seat, yet the vehicle was still moving. Peering out the back window, he was stunned to see his partner lying in the road. It took Dusten only a split second to assess the situation. He knew there was no time to waste. As he exited the vehicle through the side patient door and made his way up front. He then leaped across the seat and somehow got the vehicle to come to a stop, just 3 short feet and seconds before traveling over a berm and down a 30-foot drop. Captain Chambliss secured the vehicle, called for backup, and rushed to check on his partner, who had experienced abdominal and leg injuries. Manipulating an old manual stretcher, Dusten on his own managed to get his partner out of harm's way and into the ambulance. A very long 31 minutes later, additional resources finally arrived and found Captain Chambliss visibly shaken, but calmly in control of both patients. Dusten's perseverance and extensive experience allowed him to think and act quickly. Without hesitation, he took the necessary actions to save everyone in the ambulance that night, including himself. He demonstrated outstanding skills that enable experienced firefighters to accomplish remarkable rescues. Dusten knows that he doesn't just have a job, it's who he is. Being prepared to help people is what he is all about. This made it very fitting for Captain Dusten Chambliss to be selected as the 2015 United Fire Firefighter of the Year. Now, in conjunction with our many sponsors, United Fire is proud to assemble an outstanding package of prizes to help express our appreciation for all of your hard work. Dusten, after hearing your story, it made me think about the new Mission Impossible movie when Tom Cruise is hanging on to the side of the movie plane. Now that you've completed your Mission Impossible, it must be time for a little rest and relaxation and a couple of fun missions. So, mission number 1, look the part. We know it isn't just a job. You are a firefighter in every sense of the word. Now, when people look at you, they'll know who you are too, with the latest in fashion from the industry leaders, including turnouts from Lion, boots from Hikes, and a helmet from Fire Decks. Mission number 2, get the tools. We all know that to do a job right, you have to have the right equipment. Our sponsors are providing you with Ringer gloves, a streamlined helmet light, and a selection of accurate hand tools. Additionally, United Fire is giving Blue Ridge Fire $500 for any equipment that they might need. Mission number 3, cheer on the team. The Arizona Diamondbacks are giving you some prime seats. The Cardinals in autographed football. And Phoenix International Raceway has invited you to the NASCAR race in November. And when that big firefighter appetite kicks in, you can satisfy with free pizza for a year from Pizza Hut. Mission number 4, relax and enjoy. This mission will be completed at 2 fantastic resorts in Arizona, the Doubletree and Point Hilton. You will also spend a weekend at the Jim Click condo in the White Mountains, and will enjoy a scenic ride on the Grand Canyon Railway. Hopefully, there will be no reason for any heroic acts hanging out of that moving vehicle. Finally, here is an additional $1,000 to cover any unexpected challenge. Do you accept these missions? You did fantastic.
Wow, this is amazing. I don't have a lot to say. I just want to say thank you very much, United Fire. All the instructors that I had growing up in the fire service. I got all my friends and family here. Just really appreciate everybody's support, and you guys be safe out there. Thank you.
Face impossible missions on a daily basis. Because you are trained firefighters, you handle these missions safely. Instincts, born only from experience, must guide your subconscious how to rapidly proceed, or when situations just don't feel right and you need to back off. It's not just a job for you, and we, the Arizona community, are so grateful for that. At United Fire, we truly understand that life safety is serious work. What you absorb from this fire school, in the classroom and from your peers, will shape who you are and can make an impact on the rest of your life. These are ideas worth sharing. Please take full advantage and be safe. Thank you. Here with Dusten Chambliss, Captain Dusten Chambliss, the 2015 Firefighter. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You know, I know now, we all know now that you do have some lineage in the fire service. Did you know you always wanted to be a firefighter, or was it something that developed later on?
Pretty much, you know, like the presentation, my mom worked for us in dispatch for the fire department. My dad was a volunteer for the fire department. Spent nights in the firehouse, you know, while they were working and stuff. So kind of ever since I was a little kid, got in trouble for setting some fires when I was little, and you know, other than that, I just through high school and started it as early as I could. So
And then you got the bug.
and I got the bug.
You got the bug.
Yep.
Now, were you scheduled to be on shift the night of the incident?
Up in Blue Ridge.
You were.
Yep, it was one of our normal duty days.
So, have you ever been involved with a rescue of a fellow firefighter before?
No, not really.
Is it different than somebody in the general public?
It definitely is. Normally when we get called out to something, you get called from the station and you have that preparation time while you're en route to prepare for whatever the emergency is through dispatch information.
Right.
So you have that time, that 3 or 4 or 5 minutes to get ready for what's coming up. It's different when it happens when you're standing right there.
Right.
And that emergency happens right in front of you and you have to react and you're not prepared for what's going on. It's definitely an experience to go through.
And you were on your own in this particular incident.
Middle of the night, on my own, middle of nowhere.
As we talked last night, sure, good thing you were just in radio range, or you would have been on your own.
Yeah.
I guess your strategy would have had to change quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely bad radio areas in that area. It's very remote where we are. 70 miles or so from our station in Flagstaff, so we have long transports and cold temperatures. I get a March, so all sorts of challenges.
So I know you only had a split second, but there was that moment in time when the ambulance was supposedly stopped, but it was moving, and you look forward and you see the seats empty. What's flashing through your mind at that second?
It was what is actually going on.
Yeah.
That whole process of the driver's not there, the ambulance is in motion, and we need, I got to get it to stop. And thankfully the door was unlocked on the passenger side.
Good point.
Because if the door was locked, maybe I wouldn't have been able to get in there.
Certainly not before the vehicle went over.
Yeah, and having a patient in the back, that was, my concern to get the ambulance stopped so neither one of us got hurt, and then finding out what happened, so my partner obviously was, struck by the ambulance. So it was a very difficult situation, and I'm glad that it was handled the way it was, and everybody's okay.
I'm sure your adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah, it sure was.
So, after the dust settles, both of your critical care patients are being transported, are safe. What did it feel like? What was going through your mind then?
The what ifs. A lot of the what ifs. And I know that you shouldn't do that, but the what ifs, what if I had heard her scream? What if I wasn't able to get in the ambulance? What if I would have been struck or knocked down trying to get in to get that unit to stop? That whole time we're out there, not a single person passed by, so I had no help, and not knowing exactly where I was on the highway because as the paramedic in the back of the rig, you don't know where you're at on the road. You're not driving, so when you're riding backwards in the dark, you don't know what section you're on. And I knew I was somewhere between Blue Ridge and Flagstaff. That's the only information I could get on this. And send them from both sides until somebody gets there. I had no idea where. Couldn't see a mile marker sign, couldn't see anything. And then after things calmed down a little bit, I did see a Forest Service sign, which kind of gave me a little bit of where it was. So,
A lot of what ifs. Fortunately, everything you did right. How many years have you been in the fire service?
This is 19.
19. So all those years of experience really paid off.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you now, 19 years into your career, to be selected as the 2015 firefighter?
I think it's extremely important. I think it's extremely exciting. I'm thrilled to have been nominated and selected to be on that board with only 22 other individuals that have received this. And it's definitely a huge honor. And I'm excited to see the repercussions of it. Not being able to tell most of my coworkers or friends over the past week or two has been kind of rough. Tell certain people that other people the excitement of everything that's going on has been a challenge too.
Yeah, sorry to put you through that, but we wanted to capture the moment.
Oh, of course.
We're very proud to have you as our firefighter of the year. Once again, congratulations.
Oh, nice.
Like it.